I stumbled across a Reddit post that piqued my curiosity, a claim that hunter bots were infesting nearly every world in old-school Runescape, and shockingly, many of them had over 100 million XP in Hunter. At first, it sounded too absurd to be true. A single bot with 100 million Hunter XP can rake in around 650 million GP from red chinchompas alone, excluding bond costs. But I had to see for myself, so I logged in and started investigating. What I found left me speechless. The post wasn't just accurate, it was an understatement. Hundreds of bots, on nearly every world I hopped to, were running botting red chinchompas. Many had over 100 hunter levels with no other notable stats, making their intent painfully obvious. One bot I tracked had 107 million hunter XP, and it wasn't the worst. The highest I encountered had a staggering 128 million hunter XP, far beyond what most legitimate players would ever achieve. The sheer density of bots was mind-boggling. Worlds were packed to the brim, with bots even competing against each other for red chinchompas. On many worlds, I found multiple bots clustered in the same area, their movements eerily mechanical and synchronized. I hopped world after world, and the pattern was clear. These bots were not amateurs. Nearly every bot had 99 plus hunter, and finding any below that threshold was almost impossible. This raises a chilling question. Where are the detection systems? The fact that these bots are operating with such efficiency, many likely running 24/7 without breaks, suggests that Jagex's anti-bot measures are either failing or non-existent. Now, let's break down the math. According to the old-school RuneScape wiki, one bot farming red chinchompas earns about 700,000 GP per hour. Running 24/7, that's 16.8 million GP per day per bot. If this gold farmer has 100 bots, they're earning nearly 17 billion GP daily. At today's gold rates, 17 billion GP is worth over 3,000 USD per day. That's more than $1 million per year, turning this into a six-figure operation that rivals high-paying professional jobs, all from exploiting the game we all love. This isn't just an annoyance for legitimate players. It's a thriving, unchecked gold farming empire. The question is no longer if these bots exist, it's why they are still here. Jagex, it's time to step up. I also received a tip about a strange bot operation happening in the depths of the Falador mines, a place you wouldn't expect to find organized bot activity. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to investigate. What I discovered was unsettling. There were two distinct types of bots lurking in the mines. The first group was mages, all casting Fire Strike, wearing identical wizard sets. The second group was melee bots, each wearing a full mithril armor set. These bots were everywhere. I hopped through every free-to-play world, and nearly every one of them had these bots grinding away. Only the 500 and 750 skilled total worlds were spared, as these bots don't meet the requirements to enter. What's their purpose? After observing them for a while, two possibilities became clear. Number one, combat and magic training. These bots are likely preparing for more profitable money-making methods, leveling their stats before moving on to bigger operations. Number two, bot protection. Some of these bots seem to have a secondary role, guarding mining bots from the aggressive scorpions that roam the area. And sure enough, I spotted mining bots scattered throughout the mines, quietly gathering resources. What's most perplexing is the choice of location. The Falador mines are far from an efficient combat training area, especially for these methods. But that's exactly what makes this operation so clever. It's out of the way, in a place few legitimate players would consider, allowing these bots to train undisturbed. It seems bot operators are becoming increasingly innovative, choosing obscure and less populated areas to avoid detection. The Falador mines might seem insignificant, but they're just another piece of a much larger, more complex botting network. As I dug deeper into the hidden botting networks of old-school RuneScape, I stumbled upon another peculiar bot farm, this time in a location hardly anyone uses for training. The NPCs here drop absolutely nothing of value, so these bots are actually losing money while operating. It's clear their sole purpose is stat training, but their setup raised even more questions. Every bot I encountered had suspiciously human-like stats. Nearly all their skills were trained except for farming. This strongly suggests they're using an all-in-one account builder script, designed to make them look more like real players. But their name obviously, and their gear gave them away. Take a closer look. Rune helmet, plate legs, and boots. Granite shield and body. Dragon sword. The dragon sword choice stood out. They likely lack the quest points to wield a dragon scimitar, meaning Monkey Madness hasn't been completed. And then there's the next world. An almost identical bot, but this one wields a granite sword due to having only 58 attack. Their stats are eerily similar. 50 mining, 55 firemaking, 50 woodcutting, 50 herb lore. These bots are well-rounded and heavily invested, with time and resources poured into making them appear legitimate. But despite the clever disguise, the patterns are impossible to ignore. On almost every world I hopped, I found 1 to 3 of these bots, all dressed in the same armor. One particularly telling find was a broken bot. It had likely died, failed to re-gear, and was punching a ghoul to death. What's their endgame? Are they prepping these accounts for high-level botting operations? Or is this another elaborate gold farming scheme? If you have any theories, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Before wrapping up, I revisited the oak gold farm I exposed in a previous video, which, by the way, hit over 2,000 views. Thank you all for the incredible support. But to no one's surprise, the farm is still alive and thriving, with bots gaining more and more levels every day. Old school Runescape recently celebrated 200,000 active users, but it's hard not to wonder, how many of those accounts are actual players? Every world I hop to, every NPC I visit, seems swarmed with bots, and it feels like they're outnumbering real players by a significant margin. I'd love to see some hard numbers from Jagex, but for now, all we can do is speculate. Thank you so much for watching. Your support has been phenomenal. If you enjoyed this investigation, be sure to subscribe for more bot-busting content, and let me know in the comments which gold farms or botting operations you want me to uncover next. See you in the next video.